Awesome. I am so happy to be here this morning with Cora. We're going to go live on Facebook. It's just after 7 a.m. in Maui, so if I'm a little slow, you know why. Let's go live. So let's see here. What I like to do is just double check in different places so that I can see where I'm at because it still says it's preparing. Got it. And I just want to confirm. I'm going to go look on my Facebook right now. And this is my home here. So just one sec, Cora, tell us where you are right now, what time it is for you.
Yeah, I am just outside Vancouver in Canada, and it's about 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. here.
I love it. I
Hmm.
love it. Oh, good. There we are. We are live. So let me open it up. Wow. Okay, so let me put this here and we are almost good to go.
Yeah.
And hopefully I won't lose you. And I know I won't. So I think this is my group here. Crazy. Yep, here it is. Just want to stick it in here. This is like the way I learned how to do it. If you guys know a different way, be sure and message me. There, we're in the group now. Perfect. So I'm just going to minimize this and come back to you. And good morning, everybody. Let's see, let me minimize this one. Don't want to be looking at myself. There we go. Aloha from Maui on this beautiful Tuesday at the end of September. Wow, we're coming into the fall season. I'm so looking forward to it and love that in Maui we actually have seasons, believe it or not. And this season and the winter and spring are my favorite. Summer is just a tad bit too, and the difference is the sun is just brighter, so it's just feels hotter. So I haven't had the air conditioning on in a few days. I can feel the breeze. I'm just grateful. So we love Maui. And if you're looking to come to Maui out there, come and visit. Maui needs your support. And I am grateful to be able to be here. I'm going live in my group and my timeline and also in my YouTube land and just wanting to share, probably LinkedIn too, just wanting to share the ideas that I come across in my travels, so to speak, because for when I'm on this rock out here in these very isolated islands, I travel virtually. And so I'm in a lot of great groups and I get to join great groups. And this is where I met this lovely lady that you're going to get to hear from over the next few minutes. And I'm grateful that you're taking the time, even on the replay. You can also comment hashtag replay, and I'm sure Cora and I will both respond. We'd love to have any feedback. And also Cora will be putting her information at the end there too. So if you like what you hear, you want to connect with her, you know, in my group and the people that listen to me that take the time anyway, they're really interested in the holistic wellness, and that obviously includes our mind. I'm always talking about how it's so important what we're putting in our mind and our mouth, and that when we do it together, they work synergistically so well. And food is energy, and I really love talking about things like that. But it's also very important to be, doing the work mentally. And I have a lot of people in my group that are either hypnotherapists or they're life coaches or they're physical coaches, yoga teachers, stay-at-home moms, just whatever, people that are living life and doing the do, and they're always looking for fun and cool ways to connect. And we're all big believers in the power of manifestation and the power of our thoughts. So when I met Cora on a fun coffee chat, we call it one-to-ones, coffee chats, get-togethers, and we met, and I liked what she was sharing, and I joined her group, and I see that she gives so much of her heart to her group. So I wanted her to come and share with you all a little bit about what she does and how she does it, and tell us where she is again and all of that. So Cora, passing it over to you, and thank you for being here today with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me in your group, Janice. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. So just a little bit about me. I live just outside Vancouver in Canada in an RV community with my hubby in a park model trailer, which is similar to a tiny house, so 538 square feet. We do the snowbirding thing, so we spend the summers here and then we drive down to the Baja for the winter. and trying to escape the gloominess of it. And I love Maui. Maui is one of my favorite places in the world, and I never think of it as being seasonal, but then I guess we always go there when it's our winter. So it's just always beautiful. It's one of my
Well,
favorite places.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I just want to say one thing to anybody who knows me. They'll be like, oh, well, of course she likes talking to Cora because she did the RV thing and we are snowbirds and we've been traveling to the
Yeah.
Bougainvillea for years, where my husband would say, where it blooms all the time. That's where we need to be.
Yeah.
And I love that. So, yes, of course, I love that you live there and just, I'm so happy that you're sharing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And then I got into the energy world kind of by mistake. I was in network marketing for years, and I was at an event in Vancouver years ago, and I met a woman that did the emotion code, which is an energy healing modality. And I did a few sessions with her, was really intrigued by it. And I ended up taking the course and getting certified. Never in a million years thought I'd do anything like that, but I just love the magicalness of it, even though it's not magical, but it feels like that, like how we can shift ourselves so simply with energy. And one of the reasons that I really like the energy work is that we often have blocks. I mean, that's what happened with me. I didn't really have the success in network marketing that I was hoping for. And I, took a long time of soul searching to realize it was, of course, inside of me. And that's why I got into the energy stuff. But what I really love about it is that we don't have to relive our traumas to release them. It's so much simpler than that. And I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but it's just so much more of a gentle process than say talk therapy. I mean, they all have their place. And I think actually talk therapy should almost be meshed with energy healing. I think that would be a really powerful way to do it. And then going from there, so I do, one-on-one sessions with people doing the energy work, which I love. Like huge shifts can happen. But I also wanted to do something with groups. And so last year, I kept telling people I wanted to start a mastermind, but not a mastermind. I wasn't exactly sure what that was going to be. And then one of my friends said she was doing circles and she got the idea from the book, The Power of Eight by Lynn McTaggart. So if people are not familiar with her work, Lynn McTaggart was from the US. She lives in the UK now, but she used to be an investigative reporter. And she started investigating energy work almost to prove that it didn't work, but found out that it did work. So she does these massive experiments with thousands of people where they'll do things like grow seeds or change the pH of water or reduce violence in cities. And they've scientifically tracked all of these to see how they've worked. And along the way, she also experimented with doing small groups. She calls her groups Power of Eight groups. So they don't have to have 8 people, but that's, 8 is a lucky number. So they just like the name of it. But what was really interesting, what they found with doing these groups is what happens is one person in the group sets an intention and then they do a short meditation where everyone sends energy to that intention. And the people that receive the intention get results. But what was even more interesting was that everybody else got results too, even though they were giving the energy, not receiving. And it's just so magical. Like it's amazing. There's the stories in her book. If you read the book, you know, the idea is by taking the focus off of yourself, you receive more. And so
Will
I
you
think,
put the link to the book for everybody too afterwards?
sure, yeah,
Because I think that's powerful and I totally 100% million bazillion percent get it and believe it. And I'm just so excited to really understand more about your group with that because I think it's just powerful. The thought came to me, what blesses one blesses all. And
mhm,
so it's like when we really are folk, and I know for me, my healing journey really started to take off when I was helping other people.
yeah. Exactly, right? And so that's why I started a Facebook group recently too, is because I want to be able to send energy to other people, especially women entrepreneurs. It's mostly who I work with. It doesn't have to be, but it's definitely women. Because as entrepreneurs, we can start the week off strong. And as the week goes on, we start, feeling the stress, or we're procrastinating, or we just need some motivation. Maybe we're feeling overwhelmed because there's so many things we do. So I started a Facebook group called the Positive Energy Collective. And every Wednesday, I go in there live and release some of that energy for you so that you can finish off the week strong. And it's been great because you don't have to join me live to get the benefit of that energy release. Even if you watch the replay, you still get it. So it's a really nice kind of a little self-care break for the middle of the week for everybody.
Yes, I've been on it and I love it. And I love you give a lot. And I'm sure it blesses you too.
Yeah, it's so nice. And it's just a little snippet of one of the methods. So, as I mentioned before, I started off doing the emotion code. And I also this year got certified in the global energy method, which is another modality. And what I like about this one is that when you release the negative energies, but then you replace them with positive energies and do some positive repatterning. And so I do all of that in those free sessions, but if you do a one-on-one session with me, we go way deeper because there is a software program that the owners developed, and it gets really deep into physiological or physical or spiritual issues that are causing whatever it is that we're trying to release. And what happens is it creates a report while I'm doing the session. So I don't actually do the session with you. I do all my sessions by email, and then I send you a report at the end.
That's interesting. So
Mhm.
you're asking questions and people are responding via email and then so there's no talking on the phone or Zooms or
No,
anything about it?
no, because I can get deeper into it if I don't have somebody talking, and it takes a little bit to go through the systems. Like I use muscle testing to connect to your energy, and then I follow these little trails all the way down. And sometimes it gets really interesting into all kinds of stuff. I don't even know that much about it sometimes, but I don't need to know about it in order to release it.
That's really beautiful. I love that. And I don't hear, I mean, I've talked to a lot of wellness people, and of course, I'm on my own healing journey, and I've been doing a lot of releasing. And I love what you're saying about you don't need to relive it
Hmm.
because I mean, but do you have to rethink it? I mean, are you saying that if it's something in our past that maybe we don't remember, but it's trauma that we're storing for some reason, um, and you're saying we don't have to relive it, which is fantastic, because we don't want to do that. But do we have to remember it when you're doing the energy work with them since it's via email like that, or is there no
You don't
discussion of
have
it?
to. You don't have to. But when I'm doing the muscle testing, I'll test to see how old you were when it happened. So that might trigger. So you might say, and I'll ask them, just did that resonate with you? And it'll be, oh yeah, I knew exactly what it is. I don't need to know what it is. And if you know, that's great. And you might not even remember it either, but at least you know when it happened, or roughly. It's usually
And you
upon.
muscle test via email?
Yeah, everything's I do all the muscle testing. It's just
Wow.
energy and intention.
That's so interesting because my dear friend Susan, whom I will definitely be sharing this, she'll be watching it later. Um, she was just telling me, oh, haven't you been muscle tested? She
Well,
loves it. She does it all the time.
yeah, I know. I don't always, sometimes I forget to do it. Like I know a lot of people use it for taking your vitamins. Like I'll do that sometimes instead of just taking exactly what it says on the directions. I'll muscle test myself and say, do I need these today? Or and if I do, how many do I need? Like
That's
your body
beautiful.
knows.
It's so beautiful. Well, with my vitamins, it would be fine because they're 100% naturally sourced,
Yeah.
whole food. But yes, I get it. I do this with intention with food. And of course, we're familiar. I'm sure you're familiar, and everybody's familiar with the water and the under the microscope and the power of words on water. And I just posted something today about that. I love that thought, that we can have such a direct impact on our situation, through our intention and our thought. So that's really interesting. So in our chat before, I didn't realize that. So you have your one-on-one sessions that you do Zooms with, and then you're doing the other thing is via email, or do you
The
meet with?
one-on-one sessions are done via email, and then I have my manifestation circles, which are done via Zoom.
The group or
A
Zoom, it's
group.
different.
They're a group on Zoom. Yeah. So with those ones, I have set those up periodically. We meet once a week for an hour for 6 weeks. And I just bring 5 people into the group maximum. And what happens is every week we come in, someone will set an intention, and then we do a short meditation, and then everyone shares what comes up because sometimes really interesting things come up. And what I like to say is that you don't always get what you ask for, but you get something you need during the 6 weeks. Because sometimes the manifestation that you want is something that's going to be longer term. You know, you can't always ask it to happen right away. The universe doesn't always work like that. But everybody at the end of 6 weeks always has some kind of understanding of something that they needed that they maybe didn't even expect. But sometimes they do get stuff right away. Like one lady in the circle earlier this year, she was a realtor, and her intention was to sell so much real estate for this year. That was her goal for the year. The next day, she got a call from a previous client, cash in hand, ready to buy a house. And it was going to be like for a third of her goal in one house done.
That's
So
beautiful.
some stuff happens right away, some stuff takes longer.
And I'm always, the people that want to listen to what I have to say again are people that care about optimizing the quality of their life. We often talk about, health span, right? Not just lifespan, but to live a life that is, joyful and fun and rewarding, and it comes with personal growth. And so I think that when we're looking, to grow, being in something like that, I didn't realize that. So I'm in the group, and you'll be sharing about your manifestation circles in the group, I'm sure, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So we're going to want to get everybody in there to check it out. And I
Yeah.
just though, if anything you can take away in your day to be more mindful, and what I put in my mouth and on my body and in my environment,
Mhm.
being mindful about that energy for sure too.
And really visualizing it. I mean, that's a huge thing too. With your health is just visualizing yourself being healthier and
Yes,
maybe releasing some weight if that's one of the things that you want to do, or just being more active. Like think of yourself like that. Spend a few minutes every day. If you're not exactly where you want to be right now, spend a few minutes every day thinking about that. If you're thinking, oh, I'm old, I'm out of shape, I'm unhealthy, you're going to get more of that.
for sure.
So whenever you get those thoughts, you got to flip them around right away. Not
You
always
sure
easy
do.
to do at first, and it's a practice.
Oh, yes. I'm sure I must have told you, but maybe I didn't, because I've been trying to talk my old story less and really focus on the new vision. But after I broke my leg and I was laying in bed, which was our living room that was now the hospital room, and I was all alone, and I was thinking, what the heck happened? And I just was like, what happened? I couldn't figure it out. And all of a sudden, really loud and clear, I heard in my head my own voice clearly. And it said, I need a break. I need a break. I need a break. I need a break. I need a
Mm-mm.
break. And I had been saying that for 6 months at least prior to the break. And because we were working very hard, and we were, we loved it, but clearly we needed to slow down. So I
Mhm.
got what I wanted. And that was the break, and
Yeah.
everything kind of changed from there. So from that moment on, I never say that, although, sorry, I didn't mean that. I never say
Yeah.
that ever. I am very specific. I need rest. I need food. I need fun. I need companionship,
Yeah.
whatever it is. I need strength, but I do not need a break. And when I hear people, I'm sure you hear it too, now that you're so tuned in every day.
Mm.
Oh God, I'm so stupid. They say that, or they say, oh, of course, I'm so slow, or I'm late again, or oh, I don't, just the words they use, or it's killing me. That's a big one. Or I'm so busy. I mean, who wants to be so busy? And so it's like a disease. So I'm very cautious, and people probably, my friends probably get annoyed, but I'm always correcting them. I
Mhm.
said, it's not killing you. What are you talking about? Or, I confront it, and I stand, I grew up with this thought, standing porter at the door of thought. And I can visualize that there's like a door, and I'm standing there guarding that door because I'm not going to let those thoughts in.
Yeah.
And you got to do it like that because otherwise they creep in. They're very insidious.
Yeah.
Self-doubt, self-judgment. You're not doing it well enough. You're not doing it enough. You're not busy enough. All of that stuff. And we got to let that go. We got to shed that off. So I can see how your work really helps. And I'm just grateful we connected.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I know. And it's a practice. Trust me, I still have to practice it every day too. One of the things I really love for the visualization part is to do it while you're falling asleep at night, because sometimes you think, oh, I don't have time to do that stuff in the day. Well, you know what? Everybody goes to bed at night, and we all have those few minutes before we fall asleep. So that's the most powerful time, because then your brain can be thinking about that stuff while you're sleeping instead of all the other stuff like you need to pay the bills and all your other crap that's going on in the day.
Well, you know how you wake up and, or maybe you don't, but I have. This has been an issue I've dealt with over the years. As much I have, it seems to be better now, but it's because of that. Because when I wake up, I can go to sleep no problem, but I'll wake up maybe one or two, and that's when the thoughts start coming. Did I
Mhm.
call Karen? Did I? So instead of doing that a long time ago, I just use that time to meditate and start, thinking
Yeah.
and visualizing and doing all of what you're saying. Then it's a much more productive use of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But last night I did that and I just finally fell into a deep sleep and my cat jumped on the bed and attacked my foot.
Yeah.
Hi, and we have life get in the way, right? But
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I can't believe we're almost at 30 minutes. I mean, I just really
Yeah.
went fast. What you said, what great energy. I love putting energy into this group. Um, we're probably not getting a lot live, but they'll watch the replay,
Mhm.
guys. So thank you. And if you're in my YouTube or wherever, please comment, connect with Cora. She'll put all of her links and everything because I think that this conversation is worth more energy.
Mm.
And you're trying to optimize that quality of your life, you definitely want to, keep looking for ways to be more mindful about what it is you want. A lot of people I talk to don't even know. They just know that they feel bad. And so I try to help them start feeling good so they can make the connections again and with their energy and their why and their dreams, because we want to wake up with passion. And so super excited about your being a fellow kind of in that RV world.
Yeah.
The Snowbirds are a unique group.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun with them, and it was just a great time in my life. So I'm so happy you could be here and share. Is there any last thing you'd like to leave with everybody before we close?
Well, like I said, I would love to have everyone join my Positive Energy Collective group. I'd love to have you there with positive energy, or it's a place you could also come in and if you're having a down day and ask for some positive energy so people can send that out to you. And I will post my link for the manifestation circles. I do have one that's starting on Thursday, and I've got one spot left so first come, first serve on that one. But I'll leave the information for everything, and hopefully you'll connect with me.
Good. And be sure and do it on my timeline, where I have a lot of followers that might normally not see this, and in my group, and then on my YouTube too.
Sounds good.
All right, Cora, take care. We are so
You
grateful
too.
for your time today. And thank you all for watching and come back. So, because we love helping people feel better and live happier.
Thank you.
Thank you.